Let's talk about one of the most addictive K-drama concepts that somehow never gets old, and that is the idea of helping ghosts move on. I don't know what it is about this theme, but every time a drama mixes the living world with the spirit world, it instantly becomes more emotional, more mysterious, and honestly, more meaningful. Because at its core, these stories are not really about ghosts. They are about unfinished business, regrets, justice, and closure. And recently, more dramas are bringing this concept back in fresh ways, including a newer title that's getting attention. So today, I want us to go through 4 K-dramas that revolve around helping spirits. And I really want you to think about this while listening. If you had the ability to see ghosts, would you help them? Or would you run away as fast as possible? Hotel del Luna 2019. Let's start with Hotel del Luna. And honestly, this one is probably the most iconic when it comes to ghost-centered K-dramas. The concept is already unforgettable. A mysterious hotel in the middle of Seoul that only operates at night, and all of its guests are spirits who are not ready to move on. That alone sets the tone. But what really makes this drama stand out is the character of Jang Man-wol, played by IU. She's not your typical warm-hearted heroine. She's cold, sarcastic, stylish, and carries a deep emotional burden from a past that goes back more than 1,000 years. And then we have Go Chan-sung, played by Yo Jin-gu, who becomes the human manager of this hotel. What I love about this pairing is how they balance each other. He brings empathy and logic, while she brings intensity and mystery. Each episode introduces different spirits, each with their own story, regrets, and reasons for staying behind. And I think that's why this drama hits so hard emotionally. You start asking yourself, if you had one last thing you need to fix before moving on, what would it be? Personally, I think this drama is less about ghosts and more about forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself. But I'm curious, did you see Man-wol as a tragic character or a selfish one? Because I've seen people argue both sides, and honestly, both perspectives kind of make sense. Missing the Other Side, 2020 to 2022. Next is Missing the Other Side, and this one takes a slightly different approach. Instead of a hotel, we get an entire village filled with spirits. But not just any spirits. These are souls whose bodies have never been found in the real world. That detail alone already makes the story feel heavier. The main character, Kim Wook, played by Go-soo, gains the ability to see this hidden village after a near-death experience. And what's interesting is that these spirits are not just wandering around aimlessly. They live like a community. They talk, they laugh, they wait, but deep down, they're all stuck. They can't move on until their physical bodies are found. So the mission here becomes more grounded. It's about solving missing person cases, uncovering truths, and giving these souls a proper ending. Alongside him is Jang Pan-suk, played by Heo Jun-ho, who has been helping these spirits for years. What I personally love about this drama is how it blends mystery with emotion. Every case feels like a puzzle, but also like a human story. And sometimes it's frustrating, because not every story gets a perfect resolution right away. It makes you realize how many real-life stories are still unresolved. So let me ask you this. Do you think closure is more important for the dead or for the living? Because this drama constantly blurs that line, and I think that's what makes it so powerful. The Midnight Studio, 2024. Now let's talk about The Midnight Studio. And this one might have one of the most unique setups. Instead of a hotel or a village, the main setting is a photo studio that only opens at night, and its clients are ghosts. Seo Ki-ju, played by Ju-won, is a photographer who is forced into this life because of a generational curse. And not just any curse. It basically traps him in a life where he is constantly surrounded by spirits. And even worse, it limits his lifespan. Imagine knowing you might not even make it to 30. That alone adds a sense of urgency to everything he does. Then comes Han Bom, played by Kwon Nara, who becomes his unexpected safe zone. For some reason, ghosts can't approach him when she's around. And I think this dynamic adds a really interesting layer to the story. It's not just about helping spirits anymore. It's also about survival and breaking a curse. What I find fascinating here is the symbolism of photography. Taking a final picture for a ghost feels like capturing their last memory before they leave. It's poetic in a way, but at the same time, it raises a question. If you knew your life was limited because of something you didn't choose, would you spend your time helping others or trying to save yourself? Because Kiju is constantly torn between those two choices, and I think that internal conflict is what makes the story engaging. Oh My Ghost Clients, 2025. And finally, we have Oh My Ghost Clients, which brings a more modern and slightly comedic twist to the concept. Instead of a hotel manager or a photographer, our main character is a labor attorney, Nomu Jin, played by Jung Kyung-ho, and his introduction to the spirit world is anything but peaceful. After a near-death accident, he is forced into a contract where he must help wandering spirits resolve their unfinished business in exchange for his own life being saved. What makes this drama stand out is its focus on justice. These are not just random ghost stories. Many of these spirits are victims of unfair situations, especially related to unsafe working conditions and exploitation. So each case feels like both a supernatural mission and a social commentary, and I think that's a really smart direction. It keeps the story entertaining, but also meaningful. At the same time, the character of Mujin is not some noble hero from the start. He's flawed, a bit opportunistic, and sometimes reluctant, and that makes his growth more satisfying to watch. Personally, I think this drama has the potential to spark a lot of discussion, especially about real-world issues. But I want to hear your take. Do you prefer when K-dramas stay purely fictional, or do you like it when they reflect real societal problems like this? At the end of the day, what connects all these dramas is not just the presence of ghosts, but the idea that everyone, even after death, has a story that deserves to be heard. And maybe that's why these dramas resonate so much, because they remind us that closure, justice, and understanding are things we all seek, whether we're alive or not. So now it's your turn to join the conversation. Which of these dramas hit you the hardest emotionally, and which one would you recommend to someone who has never watched a ghost-themed K-drama before?